feel like actually in games where you ban loss of ban, you tend to lose more often than not.
It's true.
I feel like that's more likely.
It's true. It's not a very effective use of your ban.
Yeah.
But regardless, Dig, I want to see what they ban here because these are going to be the things that they aren't going to first pick or consider first pick worthy for themselves. I assume they're going to get Kirei, that Elise jungle. He's very powerful on it. It's his most played jungler, and it's the one he made a name for himself getting into Challenger.
Yeah.
But now these are things that they are afraid of Fox picking up in tandem as number 1 and 2 on their side.
You pretty much just banned things that you expect to go first round red side by Echo Fox, or things that you just don't want them to play in general because they're the opposing player's best champions.
Yeah.
So getting Blank away from Goldenglue, that's like his main basically right now. And as we travel on with the Alistar ban as well, which is odd because KiWiKiD is such a good Alistar. Team Dignitas still don't want that in the mix.
So the last ban, Poppy, Lulu. Let's see what happens with this one. And it's Fiora as the last ban there. So Poppy, Lulu, Graves, Elise, all on the table right now. Ryze as well.
And with no jungler bans, is it even going to be first pick Elise? Why would you ban this way if you weren't going to play for the jungle first pick here? You can easily ban 3 junglers, grab Elise, and try to really limit Hard's options.
That's true. That's true.
Like that would be the easy strat to go for, just without prepping for your opponents.
Yeah, and then you're just like, everybody gets OP picks except for you, jungler.
Except for you, jungler. I got my main. You got whatever's left over. All right, here we go. First pick through for Team Dignitas, and it's actually going to be Nidalee. So the whole Elise conspiracy can be shattered for now. Take your tinfoil hats off, guys. Kirei would rather play Nidalee here.
And I wonder if that's just a takeaway from Hard. And that's really unexpected because the best performances that Kirei has had have been his Elise games. He's won 2 Elise games, but that's 2 of the wins that they even have on Dignitas' side.
And keep in mind, he played Graves for his last 2 matches as well and said, no, that's on the table, but we don't want that one either. So it's interesting to see how much faith people are putting onto Nidalee right now, but that's been the choice here. Meanwhile, there's the Poppy, there's the Kalista. Echo Fox do have some great champions for themselves.
And that is also a flex Poppy. Stunt ended up playing Poppy and pretty much winning the game in Game 5 of Astral Authority versus Top Dog Gaming because he was able to actually use a W to stop a Tristana jump from Pinoy and win the game. So that's a big flex pick for this side of Fox because it can go to 3 different lanes for them.
That's going to be something to watch out for. Here comes the Lulu, probably the second one in a row here for Shiphtur. He had a great Lulu game, I would say, yesterday. The scoreline was 1-4, but he solo killed the enemy mid laner, and his team fell apart. But I actually do like Lulu quite a bit here. It'll be alongside the Lucian here for Apollo, a champion that he was happy to play last time as well. Team Dignitas getting pretty much all of what they want. There's only been 2 champions removed from their pools, which is the 2 champions Echo Fox have picked so far.
Echo Fox, still a lot left up, right? You can pick up the Graves and throw that into the jungle. Of course, jungle Nidalee does actually apply a lot of pressure to the Graves, but you can't really invade him as much as you would like to. But you can show up to lanes and definitely help shove them. All right. Very supportive team, though, for Dig so far.
Yeah, a lot of heals. A Soraka would fit right at home in the back line there. Just get the health in there from the Nidalee. That's actually much less likely from KiWiKiD, though. Tends to play more aggro supports. Now, these are 2 teams, to take a step back, that have been having really rough seasons so far. Echo Fox with their continual roster shuffles. Team Dignitas with a couple of heartbreaking losses in a row, really. And one of these teams will win and start moving up the standings right here, but they are a long way away from that top-end playoff race. We'll see if one of these teams can recover quickly, as Elise and Ryze are picked up here for Echo Fox.
Which may be a tell that that is a support Poppy, and they're last picking for Goldenglue in mid lane.
Yeah.
Or that's a Ryze mid lane.
I mean, it's a Ryze flex pick from top and mid lane, so it allows you to kind of weasel into the matchup you want. Either way, you can choose to say, we think Ryze is good into Lulu. I don't think that's true, but it would allow you to have that same sort of wiggle room of flexing alongside this other mage and finding the matchup you would like. All right, Team Dignitas to make their choices. I like this Bard from KiWiKiD. Other than Alistar, it's been one of his better performances. And they need the last flex pick solo lane here for Team Dignitas.
It could be a Trundle for KiWiKiD as well. It looks like it's the start of a poke comp. If they go with a Corki here possibly, then, oh, nope, it's going to be the Trundle top.
Yeah, you're right about the Trundle, but it is going to BillyBoss here, who is going to have that matchup once again against what we assume to be Poppy. You mentioned it's a flex pick, and we'll see where that ends up going here. But yeah, so a lot of poke with Trundle pillars, but it's Trundle in another lane. So he's not going to be often around all the other poke.
Yeah, it's mostly magic damage poke, though, here. They don't have a source of long-range physical damage.
Outside of the culling.
Wave clear.
Yeah.
But still, Dignitas,
still a long cooldown.
It's pretty much pick. It's a pick composition that has some whittled down poke and siege. But BillyBoss will look to most likely be split pushing on this champion.
You know what's strange is Team Dignitas' lineup doesn't feel like the kind of champions you'd see against a team with no bans.
Yes.
Like, these are fine champions. We see them in competitive, but there's like this suite of champions you expect to never escape a draft phase. And Dignitas feel like they have very few of them.
But Fox is...
Yeah, has
Fox
the who's who of champions.
Yeah, this looks like a lineup where you just went into a normal draft and said, everybody play your champions. Right?
No, the Echo Fox's lineup looks like someone went in the blind pick and picked 5 champions and said, all right, here we go, game 5. RIP in pieces. But Team Dignitas, well, they've still put together the lineup they think is going to work. They targeted 3 bans at Echo Fox. They grabbed the Nidalee for Kirei when they had first pick with no bans against them. So this is the lineup I assume that Team Dignitas wanted to come out swinging in this match.
Dignitas, it seems like a strategy that they want to run more so than champions that they consider to be power picks.
And I do respect
Fox got gigantic power picks.
Yes, and I do respect the idea of the composition and the strategy is more important than perceived power of champions, because power is somewhat objective, but perceived power is entirely very subjective. Ryze now got his very first win just a minute ago in the NALCS. Everyone's picking him. No one's winning with it, really. So perception can always be opposite from what's actually here. Echo Fox got a lot of perceived powerful champions, and we'll see if that lineup goes well for them. We're getting ourselves into the game shortly, so you guys at home, let us know who you think's going to win this one. Hashtag DIG winner, hashtag FOX win to @LolEsports on Twitter. Let us know who it's going to be, but Team Dignitas sitting right now on only 2 wins, and Echo Fox only 1. And that was their opening game in the LCS and have lost every game since. These teams are desperate to pick up some points. One will, and it's up to how well these people play in this match. Here we go. Game 5 of the day. Who's it going to be? Team Dignitas or Echo Fox?
Echo Fox, they could stand to win this game and even it up with Dignitas, have the tiebreaker over them, or at least force it by the end of the season to give themselves a better position in those standings, if it comes down to that. So you definitely want to win this game.
Yeah.
And Fox fielding 4 out of the 5 members of Ember and having all of these power picks.
Yep.
It's intense. This actually looks like a composition that stands a very good chance of winning, despite it being kind of a throw-together group here from Challenger.
Yeah, 4/5 of Ember plus Hard, the intended starter of Echo Fox.
And we talk about it's 4/5 of Ember, but currently one of Ember's best members is their jungler Contracts. Right?
Contracts not in this game.
Yeah, Contracts is not in this game. He actually has more damage per minute than Goldenglue. So
in Challenger, yeah.
Yeah, so Contracts is a fantastic jungler, so I want to see how this squad operates without him.
It was cool. I got to talk to BillyBoss, who mentioned that he was a position coach for for Ember for a short time, specifically for solo, being a top laner. And he was telling me that to keep the Ember point alive for a little bit, that Contract's not a very vocal player, and that he believed that Hard is a similarly skilled player as far as individual mechanics go. So he was under the impression that this wouldn't exactly hurt the cohesion of the squad. So he thinks that Echo Fox will do just fine with these 5 players, and I think this will be a close match.
And like we said, Ember were on the rise, getting that 2-0 in Challenger over TLA last week. So they have the momentum coming into this one.
Absolutely.
And Billy, I mean, if he position coached solo, maybe he taught him all bad habits.
He taught him good habits as well, actually. They're telling me about a ward he had taught him to use properly to not get level 3 ganked. So at level 3, let's see what ward solo puts down. BillyBoss taught him that.
Master versus apprentice. What if they both put it down at the same time?
They fight over the ward.
That would be so good.
Trundle's way better at killing it, though, because he just presses Q and it's free.
Or he roots him from getting there.
Oh, the gameplay!
Anyway, hypothetical situation, but we do have a double lane swap, so it ends up being pretty much Australian lane swap.
Yes, it's the Australian standard lanes, as the Aussies love to call it here. Laud and Stunt in the duo lane up against Apollo and KiWiKiD. See how well they do battle. BillyBoss, well, already taking it to solo. Of course, level 1 Ryze is not exactly scary, so Billy getting in and actually triggering not only the corrupting potion damage, but his Grasp of the Undying got a pretty nice trade there.
Yeah, it's hard to actually do anything as an early game Ryze at level 1 because you take the E first, so you can get some damage on multiple creeps so that they die and you get level 2. It's the one that's going to be fastest. Pretty much.
Whoa, the stun on a KiWiKiD. The flash for Laud. He jumps onto a potion, but he still goes down. First blood traded back by Apollo, who's now fighting the enemy support.
It's a Poppy, though. Stunt's going to get away, but that is first blood going over with an assist to Laud. Both summoner spells, though. Apollo still has his flash. Kirei coming towards the top lane, and Stunt, if he hangs around, Could be another kill going over. They spot him.
Stunt has flash, but he's pretty far up. Kirei's coming over. This could be really bad for this Poppy. Easy red buff slow, flash the javelin.
Yeah.
Summoner spell about what you expect.
So Stunt used his W just for the movement speed to get away, so he had to flash there because his W will stop the pounce of Nidalee if you use it reactionary.
Well, gets away with the flash.
Yep.
Either way, First Blood did go through it a lot, although with Apollo staying alive, he got a lot more farm in this lane. Shiphtur's pushed up Goldenglue, but Goldenglue actually heavily out-CSing. Shiphtur has been a good player this year, but was never known for his laning phase, and you're seeing that continue to ring true here.
I think this top lane, I guess, which is the bottom lane.
Yeah, well, the top lane, the
duo lane. The duo lane.
The 2-on-2.
Yeah, the 2-on-2.
Whatever you want to call it.
Is actually just, it's continuing to push towards Apollo. So Laud is zoned off of this, and he's going to actually go down to a little bit more in CS.
Yeah, Echo Fox having no summoners, and Apollo still having flash.
Here comes Kirei. Dig over the wall.
Oh, the magical journey. They bypass the wards. The javelin hits Laud, but Hard is right behind. Has to flash get away, but there's the pounce. There's the kill. There's the pickup for Kirei. 2-1 Team Dignitas.
Now, Hard showed up too, but Hard wasn't able to get any of that fight. And they pick it up again. Kill going over to Kirei on that one.
That was a really nice play, though. Magical Journey bypassed the ward. They didn't know it was coming.
He could have jumped over the wall as well, but he wanted to save that, and then just KiWiKiD. This is something that actually, when Bard was in playtests, I remember this happening a lot. MIA would do this over and over again. He's like, oh, I'm roaming. So the AD carry and support would naturally push up, but he's just actually sitting there
just bring the jungler
with me. Like, let's go in. And it's so good because you get to go through that thick part of the wall, and that's actually great because you get to do that more often on that side of the map, because the way that the terrain is, as opposed to if you were on the red side top.
Yeah. Well, works out beautiful here. I guess the red side and bot lane gets the mirrored thing, but you're right. Yeah, this particular arrangement, it's good that Team Dignitas is on blue side. They get to use the terrain better to their advantage, and well played to these guys. Stunt, sadly, did not predict that play when he put his trinket ward down, and it was bypassed. Yeah. Wave will once again push down towards Team Dignitas here. Laud cannot freeze this. There's no chance.
Stunt's a pretty happy support, though. He's got a lot of CS in his pocket.
Yeah, well, when your AD carry dies level 2, you tend to get farmed. Thank you.
Hey.
Zyrene deserves it more, though.
I thought Kobe taught you.
Shh.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know.
I didn't actually hear him that time.
He said you too, Zyrene.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, way to not, interact with your fans, buddy. Can I teach you that one?
Yeah, please.
Acknowledge when they're nice to you. Meanwhile, Stunt looking for the trades. That buckler, of course, does some bonus magic damage on hit, so just trying to chunk him down. Kirei goes in on Hard, and he's going to go for the kill, not the Scuttler, which is probably smart. Hard doing plenty of damage. Ooh, nice. The Spiderlings block the Javelin, and they both walk away doing nothing.
Huh. That was quite strange because Hard looked like he wanted to turn that around, but Lulu actually had the inside track. So Shiphtur was going to get there first, but I think he might have been afraid of Ryze because Ryze would level 6 and pop the ultimate to run faster towards it.
Ooh. Well, risks for all of them, and in the end, they all run away to their separate sides of the map. A word comes out from Goldenglue, which Kirei can swipe and kill right away, but Golden still has that pink ward on the top side of his lane, so he can stay safe on that side of the wall. No easy ganks this time around, especially with Corki and Valkyrie.
Spot lane matchup is actually going back and forth. Just a moment ago, Solo was behind in CS. Now he's even in CS to BillyBoss. And the wave is even as well, so it's going to have pretty much the same amount for both of them.
Yeah, worth pointing out. Yeah, these guys are neck and neck in this lane. They've been pretty much untouched by other champions for most of that laning phase. So trading equal right now, BillyBoss versus Solo.
Well, they ping for assistance in the top lane. Is a play about to... Oh, there goes Apollo.
Big stun, and Apollo's going to really regret that entire play. Stunned up by Stunt, taken down by Laud. 2 kills for that AD carry, and now KiWiKiD's next up. Magical Journey's away as fast as possible. Stays alive.
There's a cancel there from BillyBoss. Naturally canceled. No root from Solo, but that's the TP down. So Fox gets even more pressure on this map. They pick up a kill there, and Kirei's actually being tracked. Hard saw him.
And the Flash Cocoon's going to land right on top of him, down to half HP already. This Nidalee forced to run away. Level 6 on both. Neither of them having real ultimates at 6.
He's saving Repel.
Pushing forward, another Q lands, but a Spiderling damage, 300 health left. There's the Repel forward. Can he get the stun? Kirei will not go down.
Cocoon was just about 2 seconds off there. He has Cocoon now. but it was right after he had changed back.
Yeah, but it still enables the blue buff steal, and Hard did flash. That's what I was going for. As part of that entire engagement, Kirei did not burn summoners, but flash for blue buff steal is of course great. That will continue to hurt Shiphtur, who's already down 15 CS in his mid lane. Now Solo shoves things away, and BillyBoss walks back in.
And just looking at how these two compositions scale, you have that Ryze. Corki is actually quite a decent scaler as well. And then if you're able to keep protection on the Kalista, the base damages of Poppy are really high too. So
yes,
Fox has a lot of CC available to them, a lot of damage in the future. So despite not being the tankiest of compositions, they still have a decent amount of peel.
Yeah, and you at least build semi-tanky on both Ryze and Elise, so there is some beef. I'm not saying it's like Maokai Alistair status, but there are some elements of a front line. BillyBoss, the sole tank on his team.
Yeah, and I'm always afraid of a good Poppy player.
Oh, yeah.
Because Poppy's ability to make a fight even when you are like drastically behind into, oh, boom, I threw my ultimate out, 10,000 gold goes flying away.
Yeah, that's true. You just remove elements from the team fight, so something to watch for, certainly. So far, Stunt has gotten LOD 2 kills, so I really can't complain about that at all. The minion deficit is growing in this duo lane, but again, the kills are quite nice to have.
Looks for a 4-man dive to the top. Package was not picked up, and there's the wave clear.
Yeah, Culling's going to prevent pretty much anything from happening on this one, so nothing to do for Goldenglue or for Hard, though Hard is still waiting around. Down here, a Trinket Ward in the Tri-Brush.
Yeah, they have Solo with a TP. So if Hard actually walks all the way around and goes through where blue is and puts down, oh, he doesn't have a ward at the moment. He used his bush. If he walked all the way around, then there would be an ability. You could actually TP to spiders too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of spiders, Spidey sent by Team Dignitas, they realize this is a little bit too dangerous up on this top side. They know TP advantage is there. They haven't seen Hard in a while, and they just give up the turret until they see the rest of the team. They walk back in, they get a stun, and they say, yeah, you know what, we're okay here. After the flash, they still get the double hit by Tempered Fate, and Kirei comes in. They want damage on a Hard. Poppy channels, and he knocks back the AD carry. KiWiKiD flash to dodge and looks for some more CC, but gets nothing for it. Maybe a wasted flash. The Poppy ult does disengage properly.
Yeah, LOD also uses his flash. We both did it.
I know, right?
FL,
It was a flawed flash.
Just keep putting it in front of everybody's names. It's a folding glue.
Firene doing the best he can to commentate this one.
I didn't flash, though.
No, it's
unfortunate. I never flash.
Always bring Ignite.
Yep.
Smite Ignite.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most hardcore summoners you can bring in the jungle.
Shaco players.
God, those are the worst. No.
Still trying to make it work. I mean,
Shame out.
They deserve some respect.
No, they don't. They play Shaco. They literally don't.
I'm surprised the package hasn't been picked up by Goldenglue at all this game.
Ooh, Kirei, nice steal.
Going for the harassment there. And BillyBoss roaming. Don't think he saw that pink ward, so didn't check the bush on his way up or his way down, so that bush is still going to be warded.
Okay. Well, a little bit of vision stays up then. It's got to feel nice for the team with the wards to not lose those.
Yeah, Fox are in a good spot. I'm really surprised that package play has not been made just yet, but Kirei is trying to keep track of Hard, and Hard is suffering. 2 levels down right now, and he just had 2 large camps stolen from him, and this is another thing that Strength of Ages can actually make a big difference between junglers when you counter jungle now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're sitting at 20 stacks versus 15 stacks for Hard. That's another reason, because you're actually effectively stealing more gold worth of combat stats from that player.
You steal 10 health every time that happens in the early game. It's definitely something that matters here. Kirei, 900 gold up, not counting Strength of Ages. You subtract the kill, it's 600 gold up from out farming. I mean, this is definitely Kirei getting the first pick Nidalee and exerting his presence over the map. He is keeping Hard down. Yeah,
and when you do that, the next cycle you go through their jungle, you have more HP because of that, so that you're better if you end up in a one-on-one scenario.
Oh, look at this play. Apollo and KiWiKiD around the wing. He misses the stun, though. Puts it a little bit too early, but the javelin hits. Stun saves him, but it's not going to be for long. Out he goes. Great kill. TP by BillyBoss, maybe more than needed. He got the pickup.
He got the kill. So that's a kill going over to the Trundle here. And now Hard is going to run to the bottom lane, try to get a turret in return for this one that's going to be going down in the top lane. And Solo had TP, and BillyBoss has used his twice. Yeah. So Solo has not been able to make a TP play just yet. And this looks like Dig is probably going to swap their duo lane now to the bottom side of the map and push that one out and get Dragon control.
And there's going to be that turret trade after all, thanks to Hard's roam down. Spiderlings tank a little bit, Minions doing the next. And that will be, of course, Rift Herald, as you mentioned, on the other side of this map. So, Dignitas still getting a little bit more. They got plus that kill. They got plus the Rift Herald. It's a 700 gold swing, actually, in their favor from the things they have picked up. Now Solo pushes the wave down. We reset the lanes once more, and Stunt has roamed over towards mid. Shiphtur, though, has BillyBoss right behind him in case something goes wrong, and that's not going to mean much. Both mid laners have not really found any combat to be a part of. They've just been farming back and forth. It is something that Goldenglue is winning in a little bit.
Yeah, and especially when he hits that Trinity Force power spike, which just happened.
Now.
Looking for them to go towards Dragon, make sure that Fox can secure it. You have this power spike, despite being a little bit down in gold. I still think it's something that boosts up your combat prowess a lot in this moment, especially over the rest of the other team.
Yeah, absolutely true.
One spike is huge, so I would be surprised if they didn't make a play for Dragon in the next few seconds.
Yeah, gold deficit, 800 gold, basically meaningless here. Echo Fox are on roughly equal parity income-wise, and then as you mentioned, power spikes, item spikes, those are the big things. Corki at level 10, Lulu not 11 either. We'll see if they make for this play. Dual lanes have been sent down to the bot lane, so it looks like these teams are aware, but crucially, Solo has teleport, whereas BillyBoss does not. So fighting for the bot side of the map is hard for Team Dignitas.
Exactly. I think that if you're able to sneak a ward behind Dignitas' bottom lane, then you can make a really big play to turn the game around if you're Solo. But it's hard to get that ward back there. They see Nidalee walking up, so Kirei has been spotted out, but he's walking all the way around. See, he's getting those deeper wards.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job of warding. KiWiKiD says that he is the product of talent and dedication combined. Wow, he's doing his best to keep his team up in this one.
And he is rather dedicated.
Very dedicated, yeah.
He's been through a lot of splits. He's been rather resilient, too. Dragon, though, being taken by Kirei.
Easy pickup. And despite the TP disadvantage, Team Dignitas able to get the vision lead, get the pressure lead, and take Dragon, despite that probably, by all rights, it should have been Echo Fox's.
Yeah. And Kirei's playing to the bottom lane now because his top laner, BillyBoss, is pretty much going to play safe. The only thing that'll kill him is solo play.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, he doesn't have TP. His is quarter from being up again, and he has adequate warding to keep him safe.
I mean, that's the tricky thing, though. If you do pressure bottom lane, Solo shows up and turns your gank around. It's
They need to do something on Fox's side. They need to use this advantage.
Yeah, I mean, they need to pressure bot lane, honestly, and get Solo on a TP flank, get the deep wards in from Stunt, and then go wreak havoc. But the direction really not here from Echo Fox. You're just kind of content to lane and let Dignitas outplay them right now.
Yeah, you've lost Rift Herald, Dragon 1. Pressure at the moment. They are CSing okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning farm in top lane and mid lane, but losing farm heavily in AD carry and quite substantially in the jungle. It's roughly an equal trade of farm total. Stunt wants to go in, KiWiKiD running away in time. Now keep in mind, Poppy W will stop Magical Journey. It will bump you out of it, so you have to get away from her quickly or she will keep you from getting over the wall.
Yeah, if it happens really early on, you can click it again, because
the
W will only stop one move block.
Right.
But
that's right.
As soon as you come out of Magical Journey, you're next to a wall, so...
It stuns you?
Yeah, actually, if you click somebody and Heroic Charge them when they're in Magical Journey, sometimes it pops them out on weird sides.
Whatever's the closest exit of the wall.
Yeah, I've done it to somebody and they just like popped out on the other side of the wall. I was like, why are you all the way over there now?
Technically how it's going to work consistently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's not what you expect, but it is usually consistent. Goldenglue once again getting pushed into the mid lane.
Usually consistent.
I mean, consistency doesn't imply 100%, does it? So I think it's
more often
accurate.
than not, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
true. Well,
we'll see.
Kirei wants to go in. Oh, he wasn't in pounce range for the empowered pounce. Get into Solo, and now going a bit too far forward. Ult's in for Stunt, who's now going to put in so much damage. Goldenglue coming across. And that's 3 assists for that kill picked up. Echo Fox back in this one.
And that's all 5 members of Fox near the top lane. They aren't going to go around this turret, but instead they're going to push straight towards it. If Billy hangs around, they don't have too many engage tools left, but there could be a play here from Stunt, so he's going to back all the way off. They trade bot turret for this, though.
Yeah, it's again a turret trade. One team makes the big play, they get the kill, they get the push. The other team react to push something down, but Echo Fox are still going.
Keep pushing. If you're Echo Fox, you keep pushing at this point. Trundle has pretty much 0 wave clear, so you get turret damage. So they're pulling up Shiphtur because they need the wave clear there. So now Corki pushes mid lane, and then you rotate members towards that lane again.
Okay, so Echo Fox making the play. Instead of greeting for the turret, they go for the minion wave control to take a couple of jungle camps out. They try to take over mid lane, but I don't know. I agree with what you said about continuing to push. They could have really forced a lot more of Dignitas to move.
At worst, you get some turret damage.
Yeah.
At best, you get 1 or 2 turrets depending on how they allocated people.
Yeah.
Because if Lulu shows up in that top lane, well, it's 2v4, right? You may be able to clear the wave out. You get some turret damage with your squad, but then Corki shoves up mid lane.
I mean, if you have Elise and Corki, you just dive that and you probably win it. Maybe it's risky against Bard, and now out for the recall as Echo Fox is trying to take away part of the jungle. Team Dignitas have roamed and rotated the entire team back up to the mid lane, save for their top laner. They've knocked down the outer turrets, so despite Echo Fox getting the pick, they go behind in turrets long term.
Looking for this mid lane turret now. The Trinity Force Spike, they want to group up with Goldenglue, but they haven't done it just yet. He has the package.
There have been no protracted sieges. He got a roam up to the top lane and got a kill, and that was good by him, and then Echo Fox have been waiting around now.
Yeah, solo, still no TP play either. I feel like Fox, they're just not on the proactive side of this.
They don't seem to be.
Despite having all the tools, I don't know if they're not recognizing the opportunities or if they just aren't taking them when they see them.
Yeah, well, Blue Buff picked up, though. At least they're counter-jungling pretty successfully, all things considered. They had the wards from the earlier dive in the top lane. Now Echo Fox get their first Rift Herald. Goldenglue gets the buff.
And the package goes away.
Plenty good at sieging. Yeah, no more package for him, but Cocoon over the wall. Nice by Hard, but no damage to follow up at all. Mid lane, bit of risk here. Dignitas aren't around right now. Swing in from the side, pick board down. They're going to look for Hard, who gets a nice repel to get away. And again, the Q too early from KiWiKiD. A big poke comes out of Corki, chugging Dignitas down to half on a few of their members. Mid lane gets moved back and forth. And the current lane assignment sends Law to the top lane with also Solo getting to bot lane first.
Yeah, they're just going to pick up farm here on Echo Fox's side.
Echo Fox are quicker at getting these lanes and getting the farm. Yeah. They're actually they're much swifter at saying, okay, disengage this, get your farm in. So they're actually having both top and bottom lane pushing in their advantage towards that Dignitas team.
It's so strange though, because it's not even a 1-3-1 composition. You want to group with this comp.
Yeah.
You want to siege. You want to get damage to turrets. You want to pick.
Well, now here's a chance. Apollo ran to the bot lane, so now they can get around behind Shiphtur. Cocoon just barely misses. And a bit of damage onto Hard, but it gives them enough time. Echo Fox made the play happen. They got where they needed to be. And mid lane adder does go down. And they've got inside track on top lane as well. Team Dignitas are nowhere around this tier 2 turret. This should be a turret. I don't see how you defend this.
He can get the stun on Billy.
Stunt wants in, gets the stun against the wall. Plenty of damage there. BillyBoss does have flash, gets knocked into the air, and he's going to take even more damage. Pops the ulti, but now Goldenglue wants in, and they're going to get that kill. They get the tower dive. Meanwhile, Apollo is pushing the bottom lane, but this will at least be this tier 2 turret.
This might be a good old-fashioned base race, Freak. We'll see what happens here. See where the wave clear comes in.
They got the Rift Herald buff, so Echo Fox do generally siege a little bit faster. They're now onto the inhibitor turret as well, and Team Dignitas react way too late. Kirei was on the wrong side of the map. Inhibitor turret goes down. Echo Fox have all 5 and are pushing the inhibitor itself.
Now, home guards are up, though.
They're trying to stay. The wave coming
damage.
through. Only a couple hundred health left. In goes Solo. Shiphtur is the one who's going to be attacked. He flashed away, just barely stays alive. The inhib does go down. Apollo flashes back in, picks up the kill on a Solo, dashes back in, but flash away keeps someone alive. However, this still means Echo Fox, but +1 turret and +1 inhibitor.
Kiwi has ulti. If this lands, it'll be so easy to get it.
He's going to put it down, and he catches Laud. Dragon soloed by Kirei. The kill goes across, and Dignitas leaving their jungler on the map to knock down an objective. They still could manage to pick up more kills, but the inhib death is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, the gold is really close right now, but that's going to be a constant source of income in that top lane. Now, what do Fox do? Do Fox start sieging that bottom lane? Because that would be the best thing to do, is go between middle and bottom over and over again and try to keep that pressure game up. You do have the Corki, you have the poke. Apollo plays this really well. Watching how Apollo does this, also Shiphtur. Shiphtur gets the Whimsy as soon as Solo flashes forward with the overcharge up. And then Apollo gets the Q off, the double shots, ease forward, flashes, gets the Q. Ease forward again. So he's going back and forth, weaving in and out, and he's basically causing this vacuum. Whenever he takes a step forward, Fox takes a step back. When he takes a step back, Fox takes a step forward, and then he jumps in again. And he kept doing that and keeping Fox there and keeping them occupied.
Yep, did a good job doing all this, and all said and done, the gold score is exactly tied.
Yeah, it's really, really, really close. Whereas before, Fox were at a little bit of a deficit, but they are up 1 turret at this point.
Yeah, so they're up the inhibitor being dead and pressure whenever that inhibitor respawns. Team Dignitas are up 2 Dragon buffs, so their future turret taking and their just overall stats are higher.
they started the Baron.
Yeah.
And then they stopped. Dignitas was like,
yeah, that's smart. Back away. More important things to do. Top lane, of course, continue pushing in. But the thing is, that's actually the worst inhibitor kill early for Echo Fox, because the person that's stationed there to defend that wave is right next to Baron anyway. Yep. You can just send Apollo there and have him farm forever, get like 1,000 gold or something from all that farm going one way, and then you could just TP BillyBoss as normal from the bot lane.
Yeah, it's a constant source of income for him.
Yeah.
Looking at the gold totals, though, BillyBoss is 1,000 gold down. Kirei being 800 up. But then Goldenglue 1,000 up over Shiphtur, whereas Apollo is 1,000 up over Lon. So it goes back and forth, kind of in a zigzag, actually.
Yeah. Echo Fox and Dignitas, Echo Fox and Dignitas. Well, of course, with that wave having to be defended, this is good. Echo Fox rotated down to the bottom lane. You said it's a comp that has to group up, and when Apollo has to hold a minion line on the other side of the map, Echo Fox can group up and push through. Stunt's going to try to send someone back, but now a big Tempered Fate sets up the fight. Apollo is in range to battle, and it's a 2-man stun from Kiwi, but Kirei, wow, goes down way too fast. They, however, have traded onto the Ryze. A stun onto KiWiKiD, who stays afloat, and look at the damage coming across. Lot goes down, another trade comes through. It's a 3 for 2 so far. Now the push on a Goldenglue, make that 4 kills picked up, but Echo Fox did not want this fight after all. Team Dignitas crush him.
That engage from KiWiKiD with the Tempered Fate sets it up. They're able to set up the rest of the fight, and they're tracking down hard right now.
And he's running and running and running as fast way as he can. Construction cone, hard hat area. He's gonna push in. Put repels up onto the Raptors. Down he goes.
Gets out alive. Package was available, but they continued their siege on the bot side. Stunt used his ultimate really early, and I think that's a key point here, is when you use your ultimate like that, it gives Dignitas pretty much the go button. Yeah. Throw it out. You no longer have the snapcast. You no longer have the ability to remove a large amount of gold from this fight. They called down Apollo. Tempered Fate comes out. Kirei jumps in, but he gets blown up immediately.
They chunk Solo so hard.
Kirei's out. Stunt goes for the stun, but then he gets thrown back in here. But then it just becomes this gigantic cluster, and Shiphtur is just auto-attacking and throwing out so much damage across multiple members here. Lulu is not just a utility champion in these types of fights.
No. They had a lot of burst. KiWiKiD got the burst down, Shiphtur got the burst down, and Apollo landed the auto attacks. Ryze dying that early was a huge issue for Echo Fox.
Yeah, Solo getting taken out, pretty much not as big as Kirei getting taken out in tandem. But yeah, the Luden's Echo for Shiphtur was a large amount of damage in that team fight as well. Now he has the Lich Bane available. But here's the package.
Here's the package cutting off Team Dignitas. Apollo flashing to stay alive, and he's still going to go down. Now a trade kill. Kirei, though, going to be killed off. On top of that one, now BillyBoss on the wrong side. He TP'd in, but only to get killed as Echo Fox were already there. Part ulti means nothing, and BillyBoss will be taken out. That is a 3 for 1, which gives complete control to Echo Fox.
And Echo Fox, looks like Baron is what they have in their sights here. They have their jungler up. Kirei is down on Dignitas. No chance for a steal. And they have Kalista as well. So this should be secured here for Dig, as Shiphtur is just cleaning up that top wave. But the inhibitor respawn, they can't do too much about it, though.
It should not be a problem. No one's going to try. Team Dignitas no better than to give away some more kills inside the Baron pit. So there's Baron picked up at 27 minutes. Echo Fox now 2,000 gold up as a result, and we'll see what they can do with this.
Good package here. Cuts off 2 members, so there's a little knockback on it. Phospho Bomb, not dodged by Kirei, so he takes a big amount of damage. And Stunt with the wall stun. And the pickup. And then the throw back. BillyBoss with the TP, backline. Multiple flashes from the Tempered Fate, making sure that one doesn't land. But even if it did, it doesn't look like it would have done too much. So that's Baron over to Fox, and now they get the push advantage, and they have a wave, or a top wave, that has no turret to defend it, and Solo has TP. So you can actually 4-1 split push with this team composition now, and make sure that you use that TP advantage. But I don't know, Fox hasn't used it all game. I don't know why they would use it now.
Well, with Baron buff, it tends to get people to realize that split pushing was very good. We might see it happen there.
I think they just want to group up. It's going to be easier to execute on.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a top lane inhibitor open without a turret. You know you want to kill that Solo.
You do. There he goes. All right. I think the farm baited into the top lane. That's how you get a top laner to split push.
Yeah. Hey, there's minions up there.
Hey,
They're worth gold.
Go get those.
Yeah.
More inclined to actually steal everybody else's farm when they grouped up. They're like, hey, I didn't get like any CS for the start of the game, especially in the lane swap.
Yeah, you guys lane swap. Well, this was a 2-on-2 matchup, so that's all on Solo. He got that farm.
Yeah, they were even for a very long time.
Yep.
Solo, though, large power spikes here for him. When he completes that Zanya's, he's also going to be not blowing up so quickly in those fights, and he'll actually have an opportunity to regen all of his HP with multiple shields, so he's very durable.
Definitely has still a pretty AP-focused build, so he's going to have the damage to go with it.
He wasn't splitting at all.
He was just setting up the wave for the rest of Echo Fox to show up, because again, it's an open inhibitor. This is practically free. It would be very hard for Team Dignitas to defend this. They're going to try. They're wave clearing as best they can. Kirei splitting up for the team a little bit, looking for javelins to land. Hard is a bit injured.
Yeah, you have to worry a little bit here about the poke.
There's a construction cone into the javelin. That's that kind of poke combo you want. And here comes the Bard ulti. Will they go into this one? Do they really get to kill off Solo? A lot of damage comes through, and there's the kickback. BillyBoss is out of this fight for now. And the re-engage comes in onto KiWiKiD, but Stunt just takes way too much damage. Team Dignitas get the kill without even having so much as a turret there. Cocoon onto Apollo. BillyBoss wants to go forward. Can he get the cone down? Can he stop Laud?
Yeah, Laud has to get away from those walls.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere this time around. Couple of crits come through and a shutdown for Apollo. Team Dignitas against Baron, down in gold, get 2 kills.
The poke comes out and they're using BillyBoss's E effectively, the Pillar of Filth or Pillar of Ice. It slows in this zone and it makes Spears pretty hard to miss. Right? It's a 45% slow at the rank that he has it right now, which is rank 4. It also blocks off terrain, so Pillar comes up, throw the spear, right at Goldenglue, pretty much no way to dodge that, and the culling comes out as well. Tempered Fate locks up Solo, and now it's pretty much rescue mission from this point onwards. Stunt throws BillyBoss out of the fight, and it gets thrown back in onto KiWiKiD, but then pretty much you turn on him at that point. BillyBoss is already back.
Yep, several heals. Kirei as well as I believe the summoner heal from Lucian, just put enough health.
Yeah, I think this was a little too over-aggressive from Fox. I think you 4-1 split push, you cause pressure with your TP.
Yeah.
Look at their minion waves. Their minion waves were already pushing out. So they had a group of minions on the bot side that they could have enforced or reinforced with the Baron buff.
Yeah.
And made sure that that takes a turret. Just stall it out. They can't deal with this poke, though.
Okay, this time a good dodge, and Stunt will not get stunned, but still slowed and still taking about 2,000 damage. Echo Fox giving up a little bit of health, but Team Dignitas will not push in farther on towards that mid lane tier 2 just yet. Hard runs fast, he'll get away cleanly. The move speed build, of course, very common for Elise, Runic Echoes, Swifties, and Dead Man's Plate.
KiWiKiD with the Eye of the Watcher. No Frost Queen's claim for this Bard.
Oh, interesting.
I personally don't like it. So
I guess he doesn't need it. He's gonna use his ulti anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you just press it so your ultimate is easier to land?
I mean,
or
so
Shiphtur just do that for you?
I tend to agree. Like, I really think Frost Queens is great. To play devil's advocate for his build and why he might want to do it, it gives you your 4th ward from your Sightstone for really, really cheap. It's the cheapest way. Ooh! Yep, he got it. I thought KiWiKiD was trying to steal it. I was silly.
Sometimes I'm helping.
Yeah, sometimes I steal kills, and KiWiKiD has stolen 2 so far.
Secured. Goldenglue, though, does have the package. Looking for a siege in the mid lane here. Apollo?
Fair bit of damage, gets cocooned up, but he's out of range enough that he's going to be fine.
No turnaround there from Solo with the root after the moon came out.
Whimsy culling, pretty fun to play alongside. And we peter out to a 1,000 gold lead for Echo Fox. The Baron buff was enough gold that those 2 kills didn't push over that mark here. Very close game here, 32 minutes in. Baron is coming up before too terribly long.
Difference is mostly 2,000 gold for Solo over BillyBoss. In the mid lane, Goldenglue is about 600 up, but then that entire difference is made up by Apollo being 1,700 up over Laud. Oh, catch on Kirei.
Yeah, Kirei had to flash get away. Summon a heal by Apollo, again used. Keep him afloat. Both Dragon and Baron are going to spawn at the late 33-minute mark, so both are coming up almost concurrently here. Echo Fox did pick up the most recent drag, though, so at least he's got the stats, but it could be number 3 for Team Dignitas.
This game's just going to come down to a 5v5 team fight.
but
going
it could
to
be
come down to a
overbearing.
That's true. That's true. Never mind. It's Dig game.
Those objectives could make it happen. Turret taking a plenty of damage, but the threat of cocoons. Nice. Okay, Tempered Fate buys enough time for Apollo to knock this down. Turret does fall, and Solo loses half his health bar. Apollo really pushed forward.
The good old Lulu Lucian composition. One that SKT was using for a very long time.
Ooh.
Now Apollo.
Pillar stops Stunt's ulti, but it's going to come back up in a second anyway.
Yeah, interrupts it.
It goes on the minor
It
cooldown
puts it on
of
a
5
decent
seconds.
cooldown, actually. It's about 30.
Oh, okay. I was incorrect on that number. 18 left right now on it. Dragon comes up in about 10 seconds here, and Dignitas going to run right down to that. Should be easy to take. However, Team Dignitas have not gotten wards over Baron. They have that ward at the top of the screen right there. That's the only really nearby Team Dignitas ward. As Echo Fox push this team away.
Baron is up now.
Yep.
As the Dragon goes down, that's the third Dragon over to Dignitas. Gold is even right now, but they're going to
There's the
start this
flame.
up.
On top of Blue Trinket, so they know about this, but here comes a 5-on-5 in front of the Baron pit. It's just like everyone would expect from this game. KiWiKiD walking forward, forcing the team away. Traffic Cone pushes Law to the backside.
Baron just heals up. There is a large minion wave on the top side, though, and there's no inhibitor turret here
And there's
inside
no vision.
Dragon Fox.
Team Dignitas don't know which way Echo Fox are going until they can actually see them in the lanes. And so Echo Fox, they feint down towards the bot lane, then they walk back towards Baron. There's no knowledge of what this was by Team Dignitas. KiWiKiD stays sensing it. He sees that it's happened.
But he has ulti too now. He didn't have ulti before. He can actually delay a little bit. Here's the
No,
TP.
he can't do anything. Baron picked up, and no one got touched by Tempered Fate. Beautiful play by Echo Fox to feint the move to the bot lane. They've got Baron buff. Team Dignitas have to respect this. Two get sent out. They've got to run away right now.
They have
defend
to
their
get
base.
out of there.
I don't know why you even dive 4-3v5. You're missing team members. That was a bit risky by Apollo.
Yeah, that's the type of fight that Poppy support is looking for, where you get that nice golden ultimate, but it has to be as your team is moving forward. Have to be able to capitalize on it, not in a position to do that. Fox wanted to just retreat, go back to their base, push out these minion waves, and use this Baron buff. They weren't able to use it effectively last time. They have TP advantage again for Solo. I do not think I've seen a single TP play from Solo this game.
I don't know I have either. To be fair,
None that really stood out to me.
To be fair, I haven't seen a good TP play by BillyBoss either. It's been a cancel or it's been TPing into a 3v5 that the team thought they wanted. So
Yep.
it's been a pretty rough game for both these teams. Echo Fox, though, looking to double their number of wins right now. They are in the lead here in this game. Baron buff on all 5. And will it be the 5-man split push? Will it be 5-man split push? 5-man group? Or will it be some kind of a split here? Team Dignitas not willing to lie inside their base. The gold lead still is only 1,400.
Yeah.
If you time out Baron, these teams are tied once again.
Goldenglue, no package right now. Running around with slight CS advantage, but Apollo is a large focus for the team of Dignitas. They're pretty much just empowering him with the Lulu and
Kind of the team.
Apollo has to put it on his back. Apollo has been rather consistent for this team, though.
Definitely a very good player. A lot of ways to buff him up. Move speed, attack speed, tanks, slows. Gonna put out a lot of damage this game, but Echo Fox, once again, they've got the Baron buff. They've grouped up to this top lane. BillyBoss is splitting the bot side, but he has to recall to get into this fight. He does not have teleport.
And recalling, he does have home guard, so to give a slight positional advantage over to Fox.
Ooh, nice chunk there onto the Ryze. Solo down to 2/3 health. Kirei sitting on the side. Stunt blocks the javelin. Anyway, Fear and Apollo once again goes for the aggressive culling, which does plenty of damage. Tempered Fate is dodged. BillyBoss still wants in, puts the traffic cone up. The team walks away. Yet again, wave cleared by Echo Fox, and they have no way into the base.
It's just back and forth. Solo using his ultimate on the blue buff, so he's able to get pretty much back to full HP and pick himself up with the blue buff for this fight. Looking for the final fight, though.
Here's
the
the
ulti.
ulti. They find Kirei. That's not good. Nidalee goes down. Goldenglue gets the kill, and it's a 5-on-4. The push with Baron buff. BillyBoss the front side. KiWiKiD locked up. Stunt low as well. Kiwi the flash forward. Goldenglue wants it. You can't quite kill him off, but Stunt will go down. Apollo is on a killing spree. It's a 4v4 inside the base of Team Dignitas. Ren goes off. Doesn't quite kill off BillyBoss, but it does mean the inhibitor goes down for the second time. 17 minutes apart, these inhibitors have fallen.
The Baron buff wears off of the members of Fox. Stunt almost had that stun onto Apollo, but he's just a little slippery. He actually got by a turret and the Nexus, which he was almost pushed up against there. So rather lucky on that one.
Rather fortunate. full items for Apollo. He is done buying things not named elixirs and boot chance. It's got to be someone else now to pick up the mantle.
Thrown in, hits Kirei, stops him from using anything, is immediately blown up. Apollo, a little too far forward. Stunt gets the snapcast ulti. Can't get behind him, sees the flash. Woo!
Oh, that was
right
close.
Between them.
He would have died.
So close to hitting the model turret or the Nexus.
If he had hit that, that would have been game right there. I don't think Dignitas could have handled that push anymore if Apollo had died. So a very, very close brush with death.
As a Poppy player, it's so frustrating when that happens.
Well, like he flashed and like dashed
Yeah.
and repositioned, and it's like it's out of your hands at that point.
Almost.
I know. That was nearly the game-winning play there. Stunt and Lod made that fight happen. Honestly, that was them.
Package is up right now. Fox, slight lead, but like you said, Apollo's already maxed out on items, so gold is a non-factor for some members of Dignitas right now. They're waiting, though.
Oh.
He has nowhere to go.
Yep, hard drops right back down. I believe you could jump towards. That ward that went down, he could have jumped to the other side of the traffic cone.
Yeah, enemy wards.
Yeah, which KiWiKiD graciously provided him. Either way, it doesn't mean much. Stunt getting really big on this Poppy. Only has one item left to go. Poppy is, if you count pink wards as an item slot for a support, it's a very tanky Poppy.
Yeah, most likely going to be an Iceborne Gauntlet for finishing up that CDR, and also
You think over Frozen Heart? I would want Frozen Heart on my team.
Well, I like it on Poppy because all you have to do is W, and then you get the range shield attack that applies the Iceborne Gauntlet.
But he
You
has
get a
Dead
slow
Man's
zone.
Plate, so like at least you have some of those slows anyway.
Yeah.
I actually
zone.
I know the slows are good. I just realistically think having Frozen Heart Aura against BillyBoss and Apollo is a big deal.
But the zone.
I'm aware. I'm aware you're in the zone.
I mean, it would be effective against the Trundle and the
Yeah.
Lucian both.
That's why I say it.
So
I like
Could be a
stats.
Frozen Heart as
I like stat efficiency. Goldenglue in with the package. Dragon number 2 for Echo Fox. Really no chance to steal this one. I mean, they have a chance, but it won't happen. Good rend. Good pickup.
Yep. Package picked up for Goldenglue, and that's one of the reasons they did not want to contest it on Dignitas' side.
I actually don't like this time. Well, no, it's there for Dragon. He picked up package to make a play for Dragon. That's why he did it. Fair buff and timed out, so next, that small power spike is picking up your passive on Corki.
Yep. A small power spike, you use it. Oh!
For
You got the bush. Didn't burn down, but it's very resistant
Yeah,
bush.
it's very fire-resistant shrubberies here.
Inflammable.
Non-flammable. Inflammable means the same thing as flammable.
I know.
Yeah, nice try.
Flammable,
Punk.
inflammable,
Shut up.
the same thing.
You're intelligent. Psych! Oh, the knockback comes through, and now Stunt taking a stun as well, but a missed ulti from the bar. Javelin hits Solo, but he's tanky. Solo slowed down. This is a bit dangerous. Kirei pops in so as to stay alive. He's golden. Cocoon misses. A lot of mistimed skill shots in this one. Stunt now forced to run out. Team Dignitas, can they find the way back in? Plenty of damage from Apollo. Hard has to flash over. Take it away.
It's so hard to run away from this Dignitas composition. They're able to catch you with a Bard ulti. They're able to use the Whimsy to speed up Shiphtur, or you speed up Apollo, and then BillyBoss just throwing cones out. Usually when they chase, they give the speed increase to BillyBoss.
Yeah, it's Billy and Apollo, the ones that are getting the move speed all the time. Apollo can put the damage in. Billy can get the Trundle pillar behind somebody, try to make that one happen. And Shiphtur's constantly trying to enable his teammates, his other carries, to make these plays happen. Shiphtur has gone unkilled in this game. Has plenty of assists for himself. And this is honestly an incredibly close game here. Echo Fox, 1,300 gold lead. That means basically nothing. Both AD carries nearly completing their builds, and
So just the fact that it is a very close game right now does not bode well for Dignitas.
no.
It does bode pretty well for Ember in the Challenger Series. They're pretty much getting a preview of something that may happen in the future for them.
Yeah. In late April, maybe?
Maybe. We'll see. Baron is up on the table right now. And a possibility of an engage.
Ooh, Pillar gets Solo very injured again, down to 1,000 health and a 2-man stun from Bard. This could be the way in. What are they going to find? Hard in the front line. Stunt jumps right in, and he finds KiWiKiD, who is tanky enough, though, that it doesn't matter. And now BillyBoss wreaking havoc, finds Goldenglue against the wall, and Kirei has picked up Hard. Here's the chase, here's the slows, there's the kill on the Stunt, and it's time to keep pushing forward. Team Dignitas have buffed up Apollo. He's going huge. He's looking for more people to kill, and there's the pillar in from BillyBoss. Lod is nearly going to die. He's got nowhere to go. USS means nothing. A double kill for Apollo, 17-10. And it's the push in for Team Dignitas. There's only one man alive, and that is Solo, living up to his name, but I don't think he can keep this game alive. It's Team Dignitas looking to add their 3rd win of the season. The base is in their sights. All 5 members are there. They've got the health bars. They've got the damage. They've got the kill on a Solo. The ace from Shiphtur. That's going to be the game, and Team Dignitas improved to 3-5.
And Dignitas getting a little bit higher up in those standings. They want to be a playoff team. This is the first step you have to take to get back into that position.